Today we are going to be testing the EZK. Oh my goodness. To see if these brand new buffs, the second round of buffs, is finally going to make this thing worthwhile. How you doing, everybody? My name is Edamoos. I do endgame content here on RuneScape 3. And today we are going to be going off the EZK, or the EZK. This weapon has currently gone through a rework, going from having a bleed special attack to now a single target, massive damage reduction and damage boost added to it, enhancing smash, quake, and pulverize abilities, and also having a complete rework of the special attack, removing the bleed activity that it would do previously, and now making it hit like an actual truck. The flat damage you would get from your Flamebound rival, which is the special attack, is being changed from 5% to 12%. Igneous Showdown, the special attack, has been reduced down to 50% from 65%. The damage from your Flamebound rivals increased from 800 to 900% and now hits over 4 times, as opposed to being a bleed. And as well, any special attack after the very first one to apply Flamebound rival will now be cut down by an additional 15%, only costing 50% adrenaline before any adrenaline saving items, think Ring of Vigor, think Conservation of Energy, have been applied. So this is a really big buff. I think this is really good. It can also be bolstered by Greater Fury or by Chaos War, which is a really cool way to mix up the meta, because usually, traditionally, you would use Chaos War into Dragon Claws for that gigantic hit, and now it is a lot more consistent using the EZK special attack on the second go around for those 4 hits to be able to get those gigantic pieces of damage. Only inconsistency at the moment currently is that when you apply Flamebound rival to a lot of bosses that have phases, think Raksha going into phase 4, usually a lot of your buffs fall off, and the Flamebound rival is one of them. Unfortunately, when you go into phase 4, the buff is wiped, but I believe this is actually a bug, and hopefully is going to be changed in the coming weeks. We will be testing this at a few bosses across Gilnor that I feel relatively comfortable with as somebody who does not use melee all of the time. The reason why I'm doing this specifically is to see how a regular schmegular Joe is going to end up picking up melee, and see how their first experiences would end up being. I'm going to go to bosses that I feel extremely comfortable with: Raksha, Hard Mode Carapac, and a Raksword. Let's get right into the testing and see how this big F sword takes on the bosses of Gilnor. If you liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below if you're going to pick up EZK, and let's go straight into the testing. So this is the gear I'm going to be rocking with. I have Vestments of Havoc, the best in slot melee armor at the moment. Paper armor absolutely hits like a truck though. We have Relentless 5, Crackling 4, Biting 4, Mobile on the top, and then we have Lucky 6, Crystal Shield 4 on the legs. I can swap these out. By main reason I got these is because when you use the Vestment armor, it is pretty much like wearing paper mache. We have the Reaver's Ring with the added crit buff of 5% critical strike chance. With the Grimoire, activating these gives us a 17% critical strike chance. You could use the Warrior's Ring, the one that gives you stacks when you are bleeding, but because the bleed effect is not removed off of the EZK, because that was the old special attack, it will now, I don't really think it's really worth using. We have the enhanced Gloves of Passage with the added effect as well, boosting up Smash and Havoc. Havoc is the dual wield attack, but Smash is the one that is getting buffed by the EZK that we have sharded up to tier 100. So now I think this is going to hit like an absolute truck. We have Precise 6 Genocide on the main hand, and then we have Lunging 4 Eruptive 2. We can switch out the Lunging now, because Lunging I used to use when I was doing the spec. Learned that was actually not a really good idea, because Lunging did not extend that. And on the quick prayers, get the go. We're going to Zerk here at the last moment, and then go right in. So I want to build up immediately, try and get the 50% Adren. We're going to use EZK spec here, 18k just for that, just for free. Use that empowered smash, 12k on the smash. We're going to barge here, overpower. Solid, okay, we're already through phase, good, didn't even get the pools. We're going to reflect here. And then now we got to build up for the next portion. So now, because he has the Flamebound rivaled on, the next hit that we do of the special attack is going to hit like an actual truck. So we're going to Natural Instincts right here. We're going to build up. We're a Dren Pot. Get 100k until we can prep for the next portion. We're going to Meteor Strike so that we get the added crits. Oh, and I missed the bomb. All right, cool. So there's always a lot of things going on with melee, and that's tend to happen. You're going to miss something. I'm trying to think of like a million different things at one time. So it is what it is. We'll try again. All right, third time's a charm, right? Berserk. Oh, get the Relentless proc. I'm bound to die. Every single time I get a Relentless proc, I'm bound to die. There is never a time where I actually survive a Relentless proc. Get the spec off. I could have Chaos Word into the spec and then guarantee the crit. Drop a bleed. Drop a smash. Dive back. Walk back in. We get a Chaos Word into this and then spec here. Not one spec. Wow, declaws. That's crazy. I'm coded for magic, dude. So we're going to reflect here first. I think I'll try and drop the pulverize before. I'm going to use Natty right here. Build up for Meteor Strike. Divert. Of course. Pulverized again. Got another 30 seconds on there. He is taking the extra damage now. So also because we opened up Respect, he takes 12k more damage. And we do 12k reduced damage. So it's huge. We're going to Zerk here. Overpower. EZK. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. 119. That is the fastest time I've ever phased. We are in PB territory here. That was very good. Little messed up because I used the Chaos War earlier. And then because I used the Chaos War earlier, I wasn't able to get it. But because we're solid, we'll be able to get through here. So don't open up with Chaos War because you're going to phase it way faster than you're going to end up needing to. We'll overpower here. Take a step back. Walk back up. Revuln. We're going into the next portion here. Meteor Strike still on cooldown. Try and get through this phase. So now this is where Langs would come in. Zerk is on it was on 6 seconds when I wanted to Zerk. I wasn't able to do it there. We can Zerk now. Go back. I didn't even back up, dude. Oh my gosh. Was dive on cooldown? Okay. Start running around. Zerk. Use a divert. Get that assault going. Chaos War. No PB, dude. But pretty solid. Woo! Dinosaur bones. Alright, so after recap, that was a 2-minute 30. Alright. Nothing. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty cool. That felt pretty good. That felt pretty solid. Takes a little bit of a learning curve. It's very, 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 very different from other styles. And I'm not gonna lie. It is probably the steepest learning curve because there's a lot more buttons you're pressing more than anything. However, the damage is extremely noticeable and the 12% damage reduction is very noticeable, especially when you drop a pulverize, immensely when you notice the reflect damage. So it has a lot of potential. I am not going to be the one to maximize it. However, I am going to capitalize on what I can do with that. And to get the Flame Von Rivaled attached right now. Back now. Make sure to get the added 12% damage added. It's amazing. Guess we're hitting them, dude. Throw a Tendrils out. Hurricane. Claw spec. 160. Might be able to get it. Nah, I don't know. Ah, almost had it, dude. Alright, so here we go. We can kind of want to build up here. I don't want to use Time Warp until we've Berserked, because then if you do that, it's going to be a little mess. Let him auto twice. Fantastic. Now Berserk. Because if you do it beforehand, he will suck you out of there. Chaos War into spec. Limitless into Assault. Assault again. We have Chaos War again, so we're going to Chaos War Claws. Revuln. Overpower. All right, that was way, way better start. Look at that. He's already phased. Get back up. DGS here. Build back up for... Actually, I don't want to use Time Warp here. Get it over here on this side. The bleed's going. Gotta take a few of these hits. Don't want to do it there, though. I can't damage him. Hard part here. I'm going to take a bunch of those. So we're definitely going to get walls here. I'm messing up. I don't have the keybinds on. I'm not using thresholds when I need to. We'll spec here. We'll reflect this. We'll pulverize here. Okay, we're able to run through the walls. We'll Zerk. Here we go. Overpower. Kill this one. Try and kill this guy beforehand so I don't die with Zerk. Alright, this is gonna be bad with devotion again. Kill this one. Get around. We have a few seconds left on Zerk. Get ready to reflect. Try and kill this one here. As soon as possible, as soon as possible. Fantastic. Okay. Use that debilitate so we don't die. Most important part is getting the kill, right? So now what we're gonna do here, I want a berserk, but I can't do it until I have some defensives up. We'll pulverize again for that added 50% reduction. Res something here. Reflect. Overpower. Chaos 4. Specky's dead. Later, loser. Boom! Alright. So that was a 4-minute kill. Mostly because phase 4 is incredibly brutal to try and get through, especially when you're using paper armor. But the added damage reduction is good. Now, this is in a solo as well. You could definitely do this in a team, and this would be really, really fast. Because the problem is, like, the Flamebound Rival doesn't stick to all the clones. So you're having a lot less damage. Literally 12% damage reduced from you doing it. So it's a lot worse. So that's actually where somewhere you could bring the Langs as a spec for the clones itself, because you can stack them on the clones, and then you also are able to have more damage just from what you're doing with the Langs over the EZK. I think that would be a better use as opposed to trying to do everything you need to on the one target, and everything isn't really adren friendly with using pulverize or using overpower, yada yada yada. I think you have a better experience with Langs, but I'm not gonna test that right now. I mostly just wanted to see how that would feel if you could do it, and you can do it, but it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve. I think if you give me like a month of doing this, easy day. But last one is a Raxor to see how it fares against the Spider King and Queen themselves. I'm more excited to see how this is gonna feel going through the Spider path, where you can try and skip phase 2 completely. So let's see how that feels. We got a baby jail. All right, we're pre-building now with magic. Get those inside fear stacks going. Oh, come on, dude. Generate acceleration here. Barge. Go all the way down. Should have started. Roar into spec. Oh my god, I had the idea I was gonna do that. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm feeling lethal now, baby. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. Wow. And this made that master time way easier now. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. Let's build up. Let's wait for barge. We got barge now. Try and get spec here. Oh, no, my keybinds. Oh, dude, I kept pressing assault. I forgot about my keybinds changing. Oh, I think I can get the time. I think I can get the time where it's like 142 or something. That felt amazing. That was beautiful. Wow. Amazing. Crap loot, but amazing. One day I'll get this pet, dude. Wow. So my overall feeling for the EZK changes are that it is going to be a little bit of a learning curve, because it is a huge departure from what Langs was like. Langs felt they both make sense. It's just that I think that a lot of people are just super comfortable how Langs feel, and as compared to using the spec, because I think the biggest thing is going to throw people off is going to be using the spec at the very beginning of the fight, and it's going to be a little bit of a learning experience with it. And I think for any boss that is single target, this is going to be king. It's gonna feels really good. I like it, even though I struggle a little bit getting back into it. I am someone that mostly does use mage, and it is a very big departure from using how magic works as compared to how melee feels in this scenario. And I think really it's gonna feel a lot better in team scenarios. Think Solak, think AOD, think even like low in rate, maybe like 500% Zamorak if you're not the base. There's a lot of places where I think this could shine. Only thing that is a slight bug right now, I believe they're working on a patch, is where if you're transitioning phases, you saw Raksha, there was not the mark fell off, and so then I tried to use EZK again. When I did it without the mark, it's good. It's a 30k hit, but those 4 hits are what you're looking for. So being able to have all of those things stacked up and making sure that you remember how to use everything is going to be phenomenal. I think if you're using trio or duo Homeworld care pack, this will be a lot better. Just make sure you're doing 1 or 2 clones. I think that'll be a lot better as opposed to doing this solo. I think magic for care pack is a lot better. And then a Raxor, dude, that was stupendous. This is going to be my go-to for now on when I'm doing a Raxor and working on that log. That's going to be a lot of fun. It was just awesome being able to skip through that phase. I absolutely hate spider phase with every living being that I have in my soul, because of the one-shotting mechanic that happens when the mirror back spider spawn. So overall, I think that the changes to the EZK are very good. I like them. I think the buffs, and I'm glad they listened to the feedback and decided to rebuff it again even after the first initial set of changes. And stupendous. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment what you think if you're going to be picking up melee for this. The sword is currently at 1.4 bill and probably going to end up going up because of the popularity for it all. But let me know, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!